So today, lads, we are back. I am back home. It's currently 10:30 p.m. and 4 videos out today. I'm back from Leeds and I'll be gone again for another few days. I've hardly been at home for a long time. Either way though, let's go and talk a little bit about some things from Caitlin Clark being on the New Heights podcast with the two Kelsey brothers. And this video we're going to be talking about Caitlin Clark's kind of start to the WNBA career, her WNBA career, and why I think you could maybe say that she did struggle initially. And it's something that every rookie is going to have to deal with. And I think there is a big problem with the coaching. I think it was a big problem when it comes to Christy Sides. I think Christy Sides is the biggest reason why Caitlin Clark didn't succeed initially. And I think there's a big reason why not one player on this team put out a thank you post about Christy Sides when she was fired. But you can see here, Caitlin is talking about trying to come in, or about what happened when she came in to the team. And it's on 1x. Let's see what she says.
And you come in as a rookie, and like you said, you're trying to figure out a new environment, new teammates. You don't want to say too much, you don't want to say too little, and it's just so hard. But in my scenario, and obviously you guys too, you're already highly thought of. People are turning to you to be something or be someone. So it's hard. You're trying to get your feet wet, but also not do too much. And I think that's kind of what I struggled in early on, is I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how they're going to react.
For not knowing, you nailed it. Well.
But also, I had a lot of really good vets around me too. So I feel very grateful for that. And we had a fairly young team too. So people had been through it fairly recently, so they knew how I felt. But I feel that definitely is a huge challenge. And that goes for whatever professional sport. You're trying to learn, but also people are looking at you you got to perform and
So obviously, yeah, but that's made 100 times easier when you've got a coach that's trying to let you be you and not trying to change you. I do genuinely feel like the Aaliyah Boston Caitlin Clark friendship helped. I think when these two started clicking, it really helped. And I think as much as anything, look, I don't think on the court Erica Wheeler was very good for the Indiana Fever, and I think that's a fine statement to make. I don't think she was a good player on the floor for Indiana. I think she was, especially pre-Olympics. Post-Olympics, she was okay. She was fine post-Olympics, but pre-Olympics, I thought Erica Wheeler was awful. In fairness, I was a little bit harsh. With the most viewed video in this channel. It's Caitlin Clark's it was originally titled Caitlin Clark's worst teammate is ruined the Fever. I renamed it to Erica Wheeler because I'm the team was so good playing fast, and Erica Wheeler's job was to come in and walk the ball up the floor, and she never passed the ball. She would always pass it to Kelsey Mitchell first, and the ball would never even get back to Caitlin. It was a huge issue for the team. It was. And we can be 100% honest about that. It was a huge issue, Erica Wheeler. But I think off the floor, Erica Wheeler was a perfect vet for Caitlin Clark. Because Erica Wheeler had been there before. She was Erica Wheeler, again, she was a really good WNBA point guard. She was an all-star MVP. She was an all-star. She kind of came from nothing to become an all-star, which is crazy. But that's the thing when it comes to Erica Wheeler, is that she was the perfect vet to have around Caitlin, because she was a vet and she was a guard. She was a guard, which was a big thing. But I think Christy Sides was a big issue in general. I don't think that was good at all for Caitlin Clark to have a coach that, she's trying to figure things out. She's trying to figure out what way the team needs her to play, what way she can play to help the team, what way she can play to help win, fit in. And you've got a coach saying, you've got to pass the ball within 0.5 seconds of getting the ball. You need to shoot a lot more long twos, not floaters, not pull up mid ranges. Long twos, them 20-footers. Them 20-footers. We don't need 30-footers from you. We need 20-footers. How do you get a 20-footer if you're Caitlin Clark and you're being denied? I don't know. But Christy Sides clearly knew better. And I think that really did kind of mess it up, because you had Christy Sides out there saying, putting Caitlin Clark in the corner where she wasn't even like touching the ball in offenses. Like she wouldn't touch the ball for multiple offenses, and then she was being double teamed, and the team was winning games because she was like smashing assist records. The team was winning games. She was making unbelievable passes, but she was barely able to get a shot because she was being told basically the way Christy Sides said her playing, she was never going to be able to get her own shot. The only thing she was able to do realistically was free up teammates, and she became the best passer in the W during that time. And then Christy Sides wants her to pass more and wants her to do all this, and then when she's not shooting enough, Christy Sides is there saying she needs to shoot at minimum 15 shots a game, and I'm like, you don't put a number on it. If she's open, shoot them. She's not pass. Either way, though, like that couldn't have been easy for Caitlin Clark to have to deal with as well. All of that stuff. Like, none of that is easy to deal when you're coming into a team. When you're coming into a team, you've got vets who've been there before. You've got Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, and Erica Wheeler, former All-Stars. You're coming in and taking the spot of a max contract player. You've got last year's Rookie of the Year and #1 pick, who's meant to be the face of the franchise, having to hand it over to you to be the face of the franchise. And I don't think Caitlin Clark could have done much better of a job. And I think the biggest issue with it all is just simply put, that I think genuinely the biggest issue is that it wasn't the right coach. And you could see, even with the All-Star team, where that could have been a similar situation. It could have been a really similar situation with the All-Stars. But Cheryl Miller gave Caitlin the keys straight away, and the players respected her. And we saw her lead that All-Star team as a floor general. She took, 6 shots in the All-Star game? Still 10 assists in the first half. Like, we saw her as a floor general. And that's what can happen earlier if you have the right coach. And in fairness, I think Christy Sides improved in that regard as the season went on. But I think it did help that she did have a bunch of really good vets around her, because what we saw post-Olympic from the Fever was the 3rd best team in the W, 4th best team maybe. Like, I would be shocked if the Fever are not one of the top 3, maybe 4 best teams in the W. I don't think they're better than the Liberty. Like, a lot of people are like Fever winning in 2025. I think that's a near impossibility. And I think it's going to be extremely difficult to beat the Minnesota Lynx. Like, Cheryl Reeve is a better coach than Stephanie White. And the Lynx team just fit better. Like, they just have all the pieces. They have, like, players like Alana Smith. I was about to say Chet. They have, like, even the likes of Xanda Lassini off the bench, where she's gone to the Valkyries. But they've got Dan Miller, who'll be back healthy this year. I think the Lynx are a bit better than them. But I do, if you're asking me for the Fever for next season, I think they're going to be better than the Aces. But anyway, I'll see you guys.